Hello, NG7M Max here, and I decided to make a quick video, ad hoc video. I won't edit it. I mean, it's just I'm going to make this up as I go. I wanted to show how I'm using an AR6 cluster node that has worldwide skimmer spots and human spots in the ARRL DX CW contest. So Saturday morning, I'm on 20 meters, and I've got a monostation. I am operating some power, just above a kilowatt, and I have a step IR, big IR, vertical, and I'm on 20 meters right now. So what I thought I would do is this kind of, there's some prerequisites here. You have to be familiar with telnet interfaces and how you would use a telnet client. And in this case, I'm using N1MM Plus and the telnet interface operating in an assisted mode because I'm using the spots. So I have my N1MM set up here, and I just kind of organized it so it might look okay for the video here. But I set up a filter because I wanted to only see spots from that originate in states surrounding Utah. I'm in Utah, and with my, I have a beam up at 60 feet or whatever. Just got the vertical with a good radial system, and I wanted to create a conservative filter because I know a lot of guys get on skimmer, they start getting skimmer spots or they get human spots and they can't hear the spots, they get discouraged. This is a way where you can limit the spots to originating from the states, a geographical area right around you. In my case, again, as I mentioned, Utah. So when I connect to NC7J, that's the AR6 cluster node that I'm connected to in N1MM Plus, I issued a set DX filter command right here, as you can see, and there's three areas in this filter that I set up, and hopefully this isn't intimidating. I'll try to break it down here. So you issue a set DX filter, and the cluster node will remember that filter, so the next time you connect it'll have the same filter set. So you might want to change it if you're just operating, chasing DX, or you're in another contest, for example. And what I've done is I've limited the spots to skimmer spots. I'm going to show you this first clause here for the filter. I'm asking the cluster to only send me skimmer spots in this part of the filter, and I only want a skimmer spot if it's been spotted by greater than 2 skimmer servers. And the originating spotter state is from these particular states here. I'm in Utah, and I just threw in these particular states surround me. There may not be a skimmer server in all these states, but there's one in most of them, I think, by now. I don't think Idaho has one, or Montana. I don't think Wyoming does either. But I threw them in there. It doesn't matter. So again, I want skimmer spots. More than 2 skimmers have to spot the station, and the originating state has to be in these states. And the prefix for the spotted station is not equal to K. So the country prefix is not the US. ARRL DX, right? I'm not interested in stations spotted from the US. Or, so that's the first part of the filter. Or not skimmer, and basically the same filter. So this is going to give me the human spots, this part right here. Not skimmer and spotter state, same states, and the country is not K-land, or the US. And then this last part here is because I want to see if I get spotted. If I decide to run stations of call CQ, I'm going to, since I'm assisted, it's nice to see who is spotting me. So the last or here at the end will spot me from any station in the world. So any station in the world that spots NG7M, I'll see it in N1MM here. And I think I've got some spots in there. I'll show you. We'll switch you over there. So again, set DX filter, skimmer section, human spot section, and then the last one, I want to see spots for NG7M, my call sign. So I'll minimize this. I've set this up so it's kind of big. So here's the telnet interface I've already connected in N1MM Plus, and I've been connected for a while. and you can see the spots coming in right here. In an AR6 cluster, you can turn on an option that shows you the state of the spotter. So you can see most of these spots coming in are from Skimmer servers, and there's a human spot that just came in for a station. It looks like I already worked, maybe. Well, no, I'm not on that band. That's why that's gray right there. So most of these are Skimmer server spots, and you can see that they're all originating from those states that I specified: Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, Utah. You'll get a quick idea which states have Skimmer servers. And so as those spots are coming in, I know they've been heard in those states that surround Utah. So it's likely, even with my modest receiving setup, with the noise I get on the vertical, I don't have a crazy beam up high. Hopefully that'll change this year. But I'm monitoring those spots, real time as they come in. So if I do a show DX filter, you can see here's the filter expanded. And so N1MM doesn't word wrap that filter, but the filter is the same one that I showed you early on in the video there. So the spots continue to come in. There's one from W7LNW. That's another skimmer in southern Utah. And N7TR Rich there in Reno, Nevada there. So the last station I worked actually over here was Scotland, this MM2N. And I'm being lazy this morning, right? I'm not trying to kill it. I worked a few stations last night, so it looks like I've worked 102 stations. My big effort here. Let's say I'm not really in it for the score, and I want to chase DX. Right? I set up my filter, and I'm using N1MM because of the nice, band map here over on, and I'm just one VFO here, and I want to just jump around and hit all the new countries. Well, all the multipliers in the ARRL DX are going to show up as red over here, as they do in all the contests with N1MM. And if you're all integrated with your transceiver, I've got a K3S here, it'll automatically, this is commonplace. I mean, they've been doing this for years. But N1MM has a feature where you can use Control Alt up arrow and down arrow and jump between the multipliers, so all the red spots. So here I just jumped to PJ4X. Let's it automatically tune the transceiver. Let me see if we can hear. Let's see if, there he is. I just called him. He came right back. And he's running a kilo. And so I just worked PJ4X like that, right? I didn't tune or anything. With the skimmer spots, they're using references now. You'll be really, really close to the frequency. And by the way, N1MM Plus, N1MM Plus has an option that will kind of randomize the spot frequency, so you don't. The idea there is to keep people right off the center frequency of the DX. But I turn that off because I want to be right on the station. It's up to you. Anyway, so we just worked PJ4X. I'm going to hit Control Alt up arrow again, and now I've jumped to the Portugal station. Let's see if I can hear this. Portugal here, the CS2C. Okay, that's him right. I just called him. And I just worked Portugal, so that easy. And he's calling CQ again. So, I mean, the demo's turning out pretty well here for my 20-meter vertical here with a kilowatt. Let's jump up. The next one is a EA8, Canary Islands. Let's see if we can work this station. On those last two stations, I didn't even have to turn the VFO, right? I could hear them right in the bandpass. I've got 400 hertz filter going right here, and I'm not hearing much from EA8 KW. I'm going to jump up to the next one. Here's a Alaska station, NL7V. Not hearing much. Let's try the ZL3X. Maybe better this morning for that. I'm just jumping up. Here's a ZF2L, Mexico. Some really serious DX from Utah, Mexico. All right, let's jump up to the next one. OT4A in Belgium. He's there. He's pretty weak. I'm not going to try him. Here's Panama HP3SS. Sounds like he just worked with somebody in Alberta. And that spot just actually dropped off, so anyway, we'll keep the video. I probably ought to end it here. I just jumped to a CN8, Morocco. But yeah, I mean, you're getting the idea, right? It just makes it easy to jump around and build up a country, the number of countries. Again, I've just been goofing around here this morning. I didn't work any on 20 meters last night. This morning, I've worked 27 countries. I mean, it's almost too easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. And that gives you an idea of what you can do with an AR6 cluster node and CW Skimmer spots from all over the world. It's going to put you in an assisted category for the contest, but if you're chasing countries, man, it is an easy way to build up your country count. And as you can see, with not even a crazy high-end station, if you're running a little power, they're going to hear you. If you've got a good radio system and a vertical, you're going to get out. I've got another video that is kind of a primer to AR6 cluster nodes using CW Skimmer server. You might want to check that out. And I hope somebody finds this useful. And always, always, always search the internet, read the manuals, play around. Nobody knows this automatically. We all have to figure things out. But there's a lot of tools out there that can make your operating a heck of a lot nicer, and you can have a lot of fun on the HF bands, and especially with CW. Big CW fan. So 73, and good luck in the contest.